Hello friends, hello wonderful people. Welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Kate and I'm a professional makeup artist based in England. This is a makeup look that I've been wearing all the time recently. It's my new go-to and it is so easy. And what I love so much about it is anyone with any eye shape can do it because it's all lower lash line focused. I've got nothing on the lid other than a bit of shimmer. So if you're someone that has hooded eyes, you can absolutely do this. I'm just taking my hair away because it is wild today. Like my hair is on a mad one. It's like so frizzy recently. I don't know why. You don't really need to do anything with your top lid. So whether you want to put your foundation on or put a base on, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But we're going to go in with one of my favourite holy grail products, which is the Melt Slip Waterline Pencil. This is in the shade Rich Brown. So it's a really, really beautiful sort of like warm brown tone. And it's just so flattering, and I love this as well, especially if you're someone that thinks black is a little bit too harsh or you just want something a bit softer. This is a really, really nice option. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line my waterline and then tight line as well. So just going straight into the waterline all the way across. And then you can look down and do a tight line. I'm going to take this brush from Peaches and Cream. This is a PC33. I'm just going to start to smoke out my lower lash line kind of with what's in the waterline. Because this product is really creamy, it blends out so easily. So before it completely sets down, I like to just kind of blend it and smoke out the lower lash line. Now that I'm happy with how that's looking, what I'm going to do is just take the pencil again, and then I'm just going to follow my lower lash line out and just start winging this liner towards the sort of tail of my brow. So following the angle of the lower lash line and the eye, like this, up towards the brow. So you can do your liner angled however you want to. Some people might prefer it more straight, or you might want it to be really lifted and sort of like cat eye-ish. So you do whatever feels good, whatever you like. I do the other eye at the same time. Actually, if you're someone that struggles with symmetry with your winged liner, my best advice is to do a little bit at a time on each eye. So do a little bit here, then match it on this eye, and then keep making it bigger. Because a lot of the time, if you just do it all on one side and perfect one eye, trying to match the other can be quite difficult. So just do a little bit at a time until you kind of get the hang of it. Now that I'm happy with the rough shape that I've mapped out, I'm going to take this angled brush. This is just from Pink Freak, and I'm just kind of going to like refine and sort of perfect the eyeliner. So again, because this is a really creamy eyeliner, you've got a lot of time to play with it before it sets down. I also recommend doing this, again, if you struggle with a liquid liner and you find that it kind of gets all messed up and you have to spend ages cleaning it up. Just do it first with like a pencil or even an eyeshadow and map out the shape, perfect the shape and the angle, and then when you're happy with everything, you can go in with your liquid liner or your gel on top. Do it as a final step to sort of like lock everything in place. Because as everyone knows, liner, especially black liquid liner, can smell fear. If you hesitate, it's gonna know and it's just gonna get all messed up. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with sort of like tracing everything out beforehand with something that's like, I like to say like a little less permanent. Like an eyeshadow is a lot easier to clean up, or even a liner like this, because it's so creamy, you can kind of like clean it up very easily, rather than like a liquid liner that once it sets, it's not going to budge. And you need to remember that you can always go in and add more product. As I always say, I'm going to say it again, layers, layers, layers. It's all about layers. So if you do sort of like blend some of the product away and you lose some of the depth of the colour and it's not dark enough, you can just go in and add more. It's fine. I'm just taking whatever's left on the brush and just sort of starting to wing out this inner corner. You can clean this up if it gets a bit messy, so don't worry about that either. And then this is optional, but I'm just joining the edge of that liner to my top lash line. Take the Melt, I love the stacks, they're so cute. So this is the neutral brown eyeshadow stack. So I'm just going to take the shade at the bottom, Cafe. I'm going to take another Pink Freak brush. So this is just like your sort of general flat shader brush, and just dip into a little bit of that and then go right over the top of where that shadow is on the lower lash line. Because again, another thing that I say all the time, I like my lower lash line very low, blended out, smoky. Just because, I don't know if you can see, here, everyone has fine lines under their eye. A few you can kind of see where it's going to start to crease, just here. So then what I like to do is just put eyeshadow all over the top of it, because if you disguise it with eyeshadow, no one's going to know. Nobody's going to know. How will they know? Where is my brush? So almond is slightly lighter. I'm going to take this What's Up Beauty R102 brush. Just dip that in, tap the excess off if you need to, and then just start dragging out underneath. Really low, really smoky. Go in with this big fluffy brush from Pink Freak and no product on it. Just really sort of soften these edges just so it's very soft and smoky. I love a really dark under eye, but I also want it to blend quite seamlessly at the edges, and I just feel like this makes it look a little bit more worn, as if you might have had it on for like a few hours or maybe even from like the night before. I just love that sort of like slept in, messy sort of vibe. If you need to clean up your liner, I always use my nail because I've got long pointy nails, so you can literally use the edge of your nail and just sort of go whoop. If you don't have long nails, a really good alternative is to get some of these. So these are like, I'm pretty sure they're like HD brow tint sticks. They're like a cotton bud, but like super pointed, because I think sometimes cotton buds, they're a little bit too big and they can kind of mess up the eyeliner, but you can use this on its angle on the side and go like that. And it's amazing for cleaning up liner. I'm not actually going to put any makeup remover or anything on this. I'm just going to kind of like use it very gently just to clean that up. And you can see how that just sharpens it up that extra little bit. So these are really handy. I will link them in the description below if you want to grab yourself some. Just curling my lashes with the Jolie Beauty Lash Curler. I've shown this a few times now, but you can see it's got the little like separators for like your lashes in there. This is the best lash curler that I've ever used. Honestly, it is my absolute favourite. Nothing else that I've tried, and I've been through many a lash curler in my time, nothing else that I've tried gives me the lift that these do. I've really been on a burgundy mascara hype recently, so I've been using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. It matches really well to the Melt Rich Brown eyeliner. I do a generous coat of mascara. I'm still in my no lash era, I think. I've just been loving how my lashes look with just mascara, and I feel like I can get it to look more sort of messy and grungy if I just layer loads and loads and loads and get that really like chunky lash effect. So what I like to do is just kind of get a good even coat across, and then once it starts to dry down a little bit, I then go in at the root of the lashes, wiggle, and then pull out. Just add in a load underneath as well, so I'll sort of wiggle it right into the lashes and then pull outwards. And then if you want a really sort of spiky bottom lash, hold the mascara wand vertically and run it along this way, and it'll sort of like clump at the ends and just give you that really spiky, spidery goodness. I want to amp it up a little bit and just add that extra bit of pizzazz. I'm going in with the Jolie Beauty Moonchild highlighter palette. So this is a holographic highlighter palette. You've got all different shades with all sort of different holographic shifts, and I've really been enjoying, I've been using Moonchild, which is the main shade of the palette. It's got this beautiful sort of like pinky purple shift to it. I've been using that as a blush topper a lot, so I already have some on. I'm probably going to add more as well. I've just cleaned this brush off that I used earlier from Pink Freak. The shade Rituals, which is this shade here. This has more of a green shift to it, which sort of completely clashes with this sort of like reddy brown, but I love that. Just apply it all over the lid, again up into the brow bone. And I love these because they have almost a sort of like white to translucent base. It's not like a solid block of colour, but then when you move, you know, to different angles, you can just see that really lovely shift. And I'm going to add a bit of this into my highlight as well. Then to finish all of this look off, I'm going in with a statement lip. So one of my favourite Jolie Beauty lipsticks, the shade is Haunted. It's a really gorgeous deep purple. And so with these Air Matte liquid lipsticks, the best way to apply these is just doing one lip at a time. This colour is so gorgeous. And you don't want to like rub your lips together, you want to apply it separately and then let it dry down to get the most opaque finish. Do is just put some more on the back of my hand and regret this later because I'm going to have a nightmare getting this off. I'm going to go in with an angled brush again, use this to sharpen up the lip line and almost use it as a liner as well. And yeah, this is the makeup all done. It's actually a really simple look, but it's super impactful, which is what we love. We want the easy life, but we want to look cool. So I think this is such a fun look. You can of course adapt the colours. You could do this with black eyeliner, but I've been really loving the brown sort of burgundy vibes, and I think it goes really nicely with this lipstick as well. I feel like it's kind of giving 90s witchy vibes, especially with this necklace on. This is what everything looks like up close. I love having the holographic shifts from the Moonchild palette. I think it just adds something really interesting to the look without having to do a lot, which again is what I am here for. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to answer. Any products that I've used will be left in the description box below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you interacting with my videos. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when I've posted, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!